Hello and welcome to another edition of the Eternal Journey, and that resolves. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new promo card, which is Jishu the Burning Brush. So this week this card's come out basically. Not going to read the text to you, but it perhaps gives Oni Ronins and other Onis a little bit of a push to see some more play as maybe like a sideways aggro deck, similar to how Yeti are like a sideways for Skycrook aggro, maybe. Oni could be like a sideways for either Rakano or maybe Stone Scar, or maybe even push like a mono firing. So if I'm going to build a deck today, just sort of see what we can actually do, like which Onis are actually powerful, because there are an amount of Oni that are powerful sort of already on their own. So maybe we can try something out of these. So of course, I think we want to get like our one drop sorted, because we're not. I don't think we'll per se be a really hyper aggressive deck, because it is going to be some amount of the deck that's just going to be an engine realistically. So Jishu Burning Bush was really worth like Quartermaster, but I think that we kind of want like the early game, because we're probably going to play some Kyojun, who is the Oni Lord. So Kyojun sort of wants you to go a little bit wider, because it gives all of your other Onis +2/+2. This dude's got Warcry 2, and then when Kyojun hits an enemy, it's going to make another one of those Onis, so it can go kind of wild there. So I think also Ghodan is really powerful. So again, this is probably going to put me on the... I want to be very near to Mono Fire, but with enough free sources to probably splash Justice for sight. So actually, I'm going to do that now. So I think that we probably want to play Red Canyon Smuggler because it's double damage, so it's got synergy with weapons. It's not going to get weapons off Jishu because it's not an Oni, but you will get a little bit of synergy. So the site in question is actually Ijin's workshop, so I'll just narrow this down. And so I don't think the site's actually very good for the spells that it actually plays, because like Song of War is kind of okay, but it's not really that much charge outside of Ghodan. Reinforce, just like gain 4. We probably don't want to be playing like relic weapons, I guess, although we might have some amount of the 5/2 that we can get. And then Ijin's choice is either kill an enemy attachment on an enemy, which is like really specific, so it doesn't do anything against like Permafrost, or create and draw a Mithril Armor. The reason we want this is because our Oni wielding weapons will deal double damage, and most Oni should be wearing weapons because we've either got a bunch of weapons in the deck, or they're going to get free weapons off like Jishu. So that seems kind of good. It's just going to be in there as like, I guess like a wee win card for times we don't have the power for maybe a Flame Blast to work, but it's just going to be like our version of Xenon Obelisk, which is just going to give everything double power and just like get in there and crunch them. Also, double damage is kind of nice with Overwhelm, which is what Jishu gives them, because they do get the Shingani mark. Yeah. So on top of this, I think perhaps because of Jishu's other ability, the Onslaught, a move a weapon of your choice to the top of your deck, perhaps we want some kinds of toolboxes in here. So maybe like Longbarrel. I do like Longbarrel as like more than a one-off, so I'm going to put some more in here, but we're going to be shaving it down at some point. Then I guess we should probably put like the filler stuff that we're definitely going to be playing, so like some torches. And then in terms of Oni, so there's not too much that's like super playable. I kind of like Ankle Cut because it's going to let our... we're able to fight through anything like a Vara or a Sandstorm Titan, so like shooting Vara down for torch is kind of nice, but I'm not too sure. I'm going to put a placeholder 1 in there for now, and then we can move it in or out. Frontier GO is not the most important, but again, we're going to be playing like a bunch of the 1-drops in terms of like Oni Patrols and Oni Ronin, because then we can more reliably play Jishu on 2 with the ability sort of enabled, and I think that's what we want. We want to get Jishu down as soon as possible, so we're able to get value. Cave Driver's probably not good. Forge Master's kind of medium. Yeah, so we're looking at things like maybe Frontier Bard would be good. But I think in terms of like an engine, I kind of want Quartermaster. So Quartermaster's not incredibly exciting as a card because it is just like a free power 2/2. But if you go like Jishu into Quartermaster, your opponent's just not interacted with you for whatever reason. You've got a 3/2 of 1 that drew you a card. And that's kind of like the medium effect for like a Fire Merchant. So it seems good. Shogun Scepter, I think, as well. It makes more Onis, that's good. We are a little bit heavy on freeze, so I do also want to play... There's not actually many Onis from other tribes that are good. So we've got like Ijin, but Ijin's a little bit slow. We could play some of them, but I think with the workshop probably got enough. I do like Chemo as a free drop, but we are getting pretty heavy on frees now. We probably want to like focus on having some more 2s. And then actually Shingani Captain. So I do actually want to play a bunch of... Do I want to play a bunch of monuments? I'm not sure, but I do want to play Coin because Fire Coin's actually really good, especially in like aggressive mirrors. You're able to attack your Oni Ronin to their Oni Ronin, they're probably not going to block. Then you get to play Coin, kill their Oni Ronin. That's just like, that's just good, clean living. So maybe we're going to play some Shingani Captain because it's a charge unit, which means it's, well, it's good with Ghodan. And also, I guess, not Jishu, well, Jishu, yeah, is going to give it overwhelm, but Kyojun's going to make it a big, absolutely fantastic boy. So do play some Chemo, maybe. I'll put it in, but it could be subject to getting removed here. I think that we can basically free roll the Justice sources in the deck. So I don't think we want to play the Justice weapon with Vanquish, like Vanquish's Blade, but we can probably get away with like some number of Vanquishes here. If we're playing Vanquish, we can probably get away with Hancock, but I might just put like a Vanquish in here actually. So let's jam a Vanquish like in here, just to kill something that's big. Pull up bar just as like the kind of easy way to deal with things. And then we'll probably put like a crest in there as well, just so we've got power, I think. Or maybe something along those lines. So in terms of more Oni. So do we want Oni Katana? Because it draws a card, could be kind of good. And then we'll take a look at the weapons that we can get. So Caleb Sanctum is probably cute, but perhaps not quite what we want. So I do like Steelfang Chakram because it'll do some work with like a Oni Quartermaster, but that's probably a little bit too grindy. In terms of weapons, we're probably looking... Like Jack's probably pretty good, but probably a little bit too much when we can probably kind of get Ghodan going for free. I think Ghodan's probably just a little bit better, although this could be more explosive. Also, you can play crowd favorite that is an Oni, so we don't have to play loads of Onis, but Oni's going to turn on common cards, which is going to be probably our main way of getting justice, is going to be through like influence that already makes fire, or influence that we can sort of pick and choose with. But I don't think we actually want crowd favorite, although it's kind of nice with like Kenmo and other things just to sort of like get in there, just like, I don't know, surprise Shogun Scepter. So any weapons from here that's all like single, probably not. There's some doubles, like maybe we can play some Sword of Icarius, but probably still not into that. I guess we could attempt Deep Forge Plate. Now, Deep Forge Plate is kind of hard to play because it is double-double. The double fire is going to be easy. It's going to be the double justice that perhaps gives us a little bit of trouble, but I think in the like actual market, maybe that's okay. Although maybe we want it in the main deck because it can get hit by Warcries, and yeah, we can kind of tutor for it if we do have the justice. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. I was looking at like 52 cards now, which is actually kind of a lot. So I think in terms of weapons we want to be tutoring kind of reliably, I think the ideal is having Longbarrels and Shogun Scepters, because Longbarrel is going to be a removal spell in some games, or it's going to be a little bit of extra reach, it's going to make things awkward. Or we can fetch Shogun Scepter, which is a really nice curve because we got that one drop, we attack, we trigger Onslaught, we play Jishu. Jishu then goes and fetches the Shogun Scepter, and then our opponent has to deal with like both of our units. Otherwise, we get to play Shogun Scepter and then sort of like keep applying like pressure to the board and getting the Warcries. I think I kind of like that. So Deep Forge Plate is probably a little bit aggressive. So looking at our curve, kind of low on 2s, kind of high on 3s. I think, yeah, the Deep Forge Plate probably has to go up in the main. I think that this is probably enough weapons. Also, just like putting Ornate Katana on top is probably fine. Just like if you kind of flooded, you get to like do something with your power. That seems like pretty good, to be honest. We probably want to get some amount of Flame Blasts in here. We do have 12 frees. We probably want to go up on the 2s just to like have aggressive plays. Shingami Captain probably has to go. And then we probably want like access to Flame Blast. But I'm not sure whether this would be in the market or not. There's some good to catch in the market. And then a standard in here could be... So I guess the easy way is just going jam legendary, but I think we just fire up the fire units for now. Let's see if there's anything in there that could be kind of good. I think we do want the weapon actually, and it saves us putting it in the main deck. The 4-cost 5/2 with like tribute. Can never remember what it's called. That would make it much easier. There we go. Jawbone Greatsword, that's like a good keep in there. And then let's go and sort our power base out. And then we'll start making cuts. So I think we kind of want Shugo standards. Granite Waystones are kind of free. Put on a couple of granite coins, and then we can just put all our power like this. Common cars, maybe like 1 Diplo seal, but we'll probably cut that. Maybe like 1 crest, maybe. And then let's just like add power just to see what it looks like. And then we should be in a position where we should very reliably be able to play Ghodan like on curve. So we've got 30 power, which is kind of a lot. But a lot of our power does stuff. Cut that Diplo seal, don't need it. I think we probably want like 28 actually. The Justice Sigil. So in terms of Justice sources, we need Justice for 5 spells in the entire deck. Actually, no, it's 9 because of the Merchant. So we've got 12 sources here, potential 16 plus like the Justice Sigil. So we should have realistically enough there. So we probably want to cut down on what source? A lot's Undefeated. So we've got 4. I'm probably going to shift stone this in a minute, but in order to do that, I'm going to change the Jishu to like some other 2-cost Oni that's the same, because I don't think this will show up on shift stone yet. So we're 82, so we need to make 7 cuts. Actually, I can probably cut Camo just because it is just a Justice card, and then we need 3 cuts. So Shogun Captain is probably cool, but in terms of Lords, we probably don't want to be going that high. And then also having 6 drops is kind of awkward when you've got Shugo standards in your deck, because you just want to rip that 6th power. It's just like, cool, I've got it. Not only do I have to contend with depleted power, but now I've got power that is no longer power in my deck. So that could be a little bit rough. I can probably shave like a Longbarrel or something, but I kind of don't really want to do that. Probably just go into 27 power actually. Yeah, that seems more likely. Probably don't actually need the crest here. So that's what the travel deck's going to look like. But I'm going to just swap this out so we can go with shift stone, because I don't believe that Jushi's there yet. So this should be like another one, yeah. Blade Ken Apprentice, because I think it matters to be an Oni, because it perhaps matters because of common cards. So if we cut this out, like hover to Jishu, and then if we, yeah, should bring us back to the exact same page. That's good. Okay, so let's open Chrome up. And go to shift stone. And then just display the window. I can't remember how to do this now. We'll display capture, perfect. So we go to this Eternal Power Calculator, and then we should kind of be able to see. So was it last time we did this? So in terms of having this on 5, 31% chance. I'm not sure if that means it's 31% chance of having like 5 fire, where it's just kind of awkward because of the conditional stuff. Yeah, but I guess it looks fine. It's the Justice cards I'm sort of interested in rather than, there we go. This is more like it. So we're kind of looking a bit rough on Ghodan, but I think that's perhaps because we've got the common causes. If we change those to be a fire source, that'll probably change. So if we 1, 2, 3, 4, and then cut out the common cause. There you go. That's looking a lot more likely now, I believe. So yeah, that seems good. So I'll just switch it back to just game. There we go. So this, I'm feeling confident this is good because we've only got like 1 source that doesn't hit Ghodan. Common cause, of course, can kind of miss because sometimes you will just have to pick Justice with it, but with 8, 12, probably potentially 13, I think this is kind of good. Yeah, let's go and take this on to ladder, see what we can do. Now, don't hold out sort of like very high hopes for this, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, so just a quick one. I've edited this video so that the last game appears first. When you watch it, you'll see why, but it's basically that game shows what I really wanted to show with this deck. Instead of just it being an aggro deck that's just going to face you, it was doing something that was actually really interesting, and that just needs to be seen. So, enjoy. Oh, we've got a friend. Well, this is the first sort of like hand we've had where we could actually do the curve. It's going to be rough because we don't have like the Undefeated power, but if we draw any basic Sigil, we should be going off. It should be on here somewhere. There we go. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, we're going to attack. Maybe I want trades. Granite coin would have been perfect here. Just like pop this off. But I guess we're just doing this a little bit sort of behind here. We do need to be sort of cautious that our opponent could have coin, but... Okay, so no coin. If they don't remove this, so it could be okay. Okay, just patrol seems fine. Well, we get to potentially wipe the board here if our opponent just blocks. I think that, yeah, I think that Oni Ronin is more valuable than that, so let's Granite coin here. Actually, Granite coin's kind of nice with ankle cutter. So I am just going to grab Longbarrel because I think Longbarrel's probably good in this matchup. It's kind of rough when we do want like 4th power to put... Oh dear, oh dear. Well, what do we want? Maybe we did want a power in here, but I guess... guess we'll just play Quartermaster. We take our 3. Oh, we don't enter him. Could draw a card. Cool. Oh, we're playing next Quartermaster. Gets to play, draw loads of cards. Uh-oh. A 3-4. Rip Knife Assassin. Well, we're going to draw a lot of cards. I'm going to take my 3. It's fine. It's okay. We don't need to worry. We can do this. Let's play Oni Quartermaster. We get to draw 2. If we draw Undefeated power, we get to play an Oni Ronin that's well big. Going off. And we've got hooked up with Longbarrel next turn. I guess this is what you came for. This is the game. This is why we're playing this. Yeah, we're hooked up here. 5-3 Oni Ronin here, just like block whatever. I think maybe we could block Rip Knife, but I'm just going to kill it next turn. So 5-3 probably just like blocks here. Just allow this in. We take this and then we long barrel this next turn. I could have Shogun Scepter now. Not Shogun Scepter, the other one. Shogun Standard. Uh-oh. Vicious Arrowman. Huh. So what's giving us like stuff to do here? So Torch makes blocking this awkward. I think we block here. I guess we don't need to be like supremely greedy with this, but so let's not block that. We'll Shogun Scepter this. We'll do this. I think that's better. Yeah, we will take some damage, like that's fine though. So I'll put this on here. We'll kill this. Let's draw a card. Draw another Longbarrel. That's great. Now we can play Grenadin as a thing that can survive. I'm going to attack for 4. I probably could have another Highwayman, or they could have like Dark Turn that Highwayman, which would be kind of like rough for us, but I think we're just going to play Longbarrel here, just like keep diversifying our threats, kill all that stuff. Big fan of Mr. Ben actually. They used to do a really good podcast on Versus System back when I used to play that. Then I guess we just play this draw card and there's like attack. But yeah, this is sick. This is like the game that you came for. This is why we played this deck, just to get this engine going. I might edit this and put this as the first game just so that you can actually see the... Yeah, so you can see this first, because this is what we want to do. Okay, so we're on the draw, and I mean, we've got a lot of pants for this Red Canyon Smuggler, but probably realistically can't keep this. It's probably just like a little bit too slow. Although we do get like a, get a little grinding out of this. If we just have to redraw. On the draw, yeah, this hand looks a lot better. We've also got common cards going, which is good. So we're going to get common cards here for a fire. Just like play out a Shogun. And we'll probably play Shugo standard the turn after. Because our opponent might be on the same deck. Which would be interesting because we could perhaps have like a little bit of an upper hand because we've got the Granite coins. We only even need a single Justice. So I think right here, we're just going to play this for fire. Get the littlest Oni Ronin down. Hopefully our opponent doesn't like a one-drop charge unit like a Yetin's able to Granite coin us, because that'd be awful. Okay, so playing against Ixton, which is perhaps a little bit different from what I was expecting. But our opponent's not got a... Okay, so we get to attack here, which is good, because it's going to trigger Onslaught, and then we get to play our Oni Patrol out. So now the interesting thing is, do we want to hang fire on our Shugo standard? Because it might turn into a spell, or do we want to play it so that we can sort of guarantee that we've got Kyojun on 4? I think because Rakano ban is kind of conditional, if our opponent wipes our board, we'll just play that down now. I think we'll keep this to maybe turn it into a spell. Jedi Merchant here, probably going to go and grab a Hailstorm, I guess, which would be kind of bad for us. Yeah, so I feel kind of smart in there. But I guess we're getting Shogun Scepter. So actually, it might not be Hailstorm. It might be a Lightning Storm or the Deal one. So if it's the Deal one, that's kind of awkward though, isn't it? Because if it's the Deal one, I kind of want to put Shogun Scepter here, but then our opponent's just able to block. So I think we put here, just have a 5-3, because if it's only like a Deal 2 or a Deal 1, then it could be okay. But just crack our opponent, get like a bunch of Warcries here. If our opponent blocks to save lives, like, yeah, they're just doing the trade, so maybe it's just like actually a single removal spell, or maybe it was something else they wanted to get. But next turn, I guess we're just going to be slamming Kyojun and just seeing what we can do. Like, if this is Hailstorm, it's kind of bad for us, but we do kind of just want to play Kyojun. Okay, so just a torch is fine. We don't really get to fight through this. Oh, we've got a lot of Warcries on here. So we can Kyojun, gives us +2/+2, but we just trade. Although we keep the Warcries going, and then we've got an, in terms of the board currently, sort of like an undisputed Kyojun. Because our opponent is perhaps incentivized to trade, or maybe they're not, because they want to trade here. I mean, they could just have a torch here, which would be pretty bad for us. Or like, but no Vanquish is good. This could be like a Vargo deck. Okay, so this could be. It could be a Defiance, but Defiance is kind of fine. I'll just play Kyojun because it gives us a bunch of pluses here. I probably should have played the smaller one. Yeah, so Defiance is fine. We get Warcries. Our opponent gets to like lift a tall tale. I am going to play the banner down just in case there's like our opponent like wipes the board here and we have like a Ghodan on top of our deck. So in terms of, gosh, we've got quite a lot of Warcries on top of our deck. There's a lot of Warcries in this this party, it seems. Okay, so our opponent's drawing cards here. That's good. There's nothing we can do about the stun. So we can't kill our opponent. Or can we? I've got 11 power here. I think that's probably enough. I don't really need to put the Kyojun down as well. So that makes it a big boy now. Our opponent's kind of incentivized to wipe the board. Like if they can't, they just lose. And also, I don't think 2 spot removal spells doesn't do it. Yeah. So maybe everyone just like didn't have or just like wasn't playing partials, I guess. Okay, on the play, that's where we want to be. And so we don't actually have any weapons for Quartermaster, but we're on the play for Oni Ronin, so I think we'll just snap keep it. Also, we're just like, would you like a Katana or something? This hand really comes together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 1. Yeah, okay. So no snowballs. Okay, seems good. Our opponent might not have anything that aggressively interacts with what we're doing. If they're just like Eve. Uh-oh. So now it's kind of interesting. I mean, we're not going to be Granite Coin in here because we'll just lose our unit first. But we've got a couple of options. We can either, because we're going to make a play this turn, it's either not attack, make Oni Quartermaster next turn, we play Shogun Scepter to draw a card, or we Shogun Scepter here now because we get to attack, get 2 Warcries going, and we don't draw a card. But that might be fine. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this just to kind of push more damages. Yeah, so our opponent is just chump blocking them. Maybe it's like time they've got a Desecrate going. Desecrate, okay, Annihilate it seems, but I'm going to be pretty certain this is like an even deck. So I think we just crack in here, get more Warcries going, and I'm just going to play Oni Quartermaster. I don't think we're going to be in a position where we can get value off this Granite Coin, so it's just going to be deal 1 to the enemy. Because if our opponent has X1s, they're just going to snap the block off. Okay, well, the Annihilate there's kind of good, because it gets rid of it, because our next big things are actually just really powerful, so let's play here, crack our opponent for 4. And then we get to Ghodan next turn. That seems really good. Ghodan plus like Warcries. Oh yes. It's also actually got a lot of really must-kill threats. So maybe Kyojun's not like really powerful on like the just to look at, but if your opponent doesn't kill it, like it's got quite a huge effect because our opponent, say our opponent's got like, I don't know, no removal spell here. We just play Ghodan and we just attack for 7. Just with Ghodan on its own. That's pretty busted. Got to pick up pace, bud. It's kind of interested how, you know, some of the promos, some of the cards, like the buffs we get, is more to draw your attention to, hey, maybe you should try this thing, rather than, you know, thing actually being very good. So now, we don't really have a way to kill this outside of Torch plus Thing, so I guess we just sacrifice Oni Ronin here. Because I don't want our opponents to just have like... Well, that's a big dude. So... If we'd have drawn like Longbarrel, we could have like Longbarrel plus Torch, but I think we're just going to go down here. Oh, sugar. That shouldn't be in the deck. We didn't change it back. I'll have to do that after this game. Awkward. Yeah, I don't want this in the deck. So there's probably people in the comments who noticed this, but from when we did the Shiftstone thing, we made that change. Oh god, I have to draw this card next turn as well. I'm so embarrassed. Well, it should have been a Jishu. Wasn't. I mean, is that opponent incentivized to attack here though? I kind of don't mind getting the 2 Warcries and just like torching this just to get rid of it. Our opponent might be a little bit spooked out because, well, we've kind of like attacked with our 3-2 into their 3-4. Okay, so they're going for the block there, which is probably the correct thing to do. Would have been nice if we could have like Granite Coined that. But yeah, just like incredibly embarrassed that this Bladekin Apprentice could have been something a little bit better with the promo card, but well, we'll change that after this game. We might actually still win this though. Okay, well, we'll do this because it goes in the quick draw unit. And our opponent could kill us next turn because they might have Quill Bar. But they do have to block this turn. So it would need to be like... Yeah, they just actually can't win, I think. I mean, they can stabilize next turn with like a sequence of draws, but I think that they can't actually combo kill us next turn because they just don't have the resources. Like, Oni Ronin, because why not? And this is going to be a bit of a pain, actually. Maybe in this specific like instance. Oh dear. It's getting owned. Opponent gets to kill a thing and then potentially play a Vara. Oh, Devoted Fear is fine. Opponent goes to 9. Oh yeah, just a hit Kyojun, I guess. Yeah. So we had the wrong card in the deck, but it was accidentally good. Well, on the plate, and we've got Ghodan plus, yeah, a pretty slow hand. So I think we redraw this. Just to be kind of awkward. This is actually just a lot better. We've got Ghodan, and we can just play it, so we will. Also, common cards here, just being the absolute hero we need. You know, you could be forgiven for playing like Diplo Seal in its place, but I think because we are trying to get to like 5 fire, we probably just can't play that. Same as like if you're playing a fire version of this, you probably. Oh yes, there's more of this. Give it a Warcry. We can't play it yet, but eventually it's going to be kind of gas. So I'm just going to get all of our depleted powers out. Temple Scribe. Well, we kind of need to do this. I was going to hate that, but like nothing is beneath your removal. So we probably want to get rid of these so that we can just play on curve. I think the Granite coins are like absolutely busted in sort of like aggro decks versus aggro decks, but maybe against these where you just like, if your opponent's got a Temple Scribe, they're just going to block with it. Like it's done its job. It's killed an Oni Ronin. It's drawn them a card. Rats. It's like just like straight away just a target that would have been good. Oh well. Okay, so Red Canyon Smuggler, what can we get that's interesting? Actually, we could Flame Blast this if we wanted to. I don't want to tax what our opponent wants to do about this. So just allowing it. Is this worth it? Actually, I need to think. We've got Ijin's Workshop, but like no real weapons. Maybe just go and get Greatsword, but we'll be playing something expensive next turn anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to kill. Let's just keep the way clear. If we can't play our Ghodan next turn, it's not the end of the world. Probably would have preferred to have just used like a cheap burn spell there rather than like one of our good win conditions, but this will do. Oh, we're playing on a Lessie deck. This is potentially a bit spooky. So where's the initiation going? It's going to make a 3/3. Yeah, trade of our thing, that's fine. Kind of fine with this. So now we can play Ghodan next turn. We're not going to get any value off it, but we are going to get the charge unit. So no endurance or lifesteal, sadly, so you can't do this. So I'm actually thinking of keeping this back because then we can kill something big, but I think maybe it's fine. Just keep our opponent on like... Oh yes, there we go. A nice big Red Canyon Smuggler. Yes, our opponent's going for the block like that, which is... Yeah, that's kind of fine. Yeah, Vanquish is cool. Would much prefer to have like had our thing in play here, but okay, we can actually do this. I think this gets more damage in. Let's grab Vanquish. Vanquish this. Put our opponent down to 4 and then just have like 2 4-power units in play. Our opponent could just play a Desert Marshal there, like silence or double damage, and then just like trade with this. That seems like it would have been pretty good, but if this is just like our opponent drawing Find the Way, then yeah, we're doing okay. So it's like kind of on our own climbing with this deck as well. So we're on the play with an Oni Ronin, but we're just like 4s and 5s. Yeah, probably need to redraw that. Also, those are all our cards I kind of want. It kind of stinks, but we can keep it. We're just going to play out Oni Patrol. It's not the best, just as like a 2-1, but it'll make our next one. It's basically giving Warcry to the second one, like if it's 5 as a turn. We probably just want to play Shugo standard next turn because then we should be able to just play Scepter. Oh, that makes things interesting. I mean, we're still doing this. But now this might be a turn where we play Oni Quartermaster before. Like we play the Shogun Scepter. Ugh, opponent's playing this deck. This could be bad for us. Okay, see, same as a chance because they've got rid of one of the Grassmith Shadows. We don't have any Void Hate. I think we just have to do this. Just keep as much pressure as possible on the, like in play. I don't think we can mess around with just like value engines. Just like making a free power 2/2 against a deck that could just kill you on turn 5 just seems. Yeah, I probably don't want to do that. So maybe we should have like an Inquisitor's Blade or something in there. That'd be kind of nice. But oh, our opponent's off it. Maybe we should have a quick reanimate, which seems fair. Well, on to the next one, I guess. Okay, so I was actually really impressed with this deck. Maybe there is something to Onis. I reckon we probably need a couple more like playable ones or just like some other things going on. But yeah, being able to tutor for weapons was absolutely busted, especially with like Quartermaster. It didn't even click at the time. It was just like I'll play Oni with this, and it draws cards. Like whoa, this really helps you get out of a pinch. So I'm probably actually going to put the last game first, just because then you'll be able to see what the potential, what like the ceiling for the deck probably is. But yeah, that was cool. We never really got to do Ijin's Workshop. I think this as a site is probably like the worst one because none of the spells do anything. Perhaps that's to make up for the fact that the static text is potentially pretty spooky. Just giving all of your Onis like double, like with weapons, double damage because you've already put a weapon on it, made it more powerful, and they've given it double damage. That's brilliant. But anyway, yeah, I do like when Direwolf Digital do this when they give you a little bit of a grain of something just to remind you, like, hey, this thing exists. Do you want to try it out? Like they did when the Scorpion Trapper went from putting 3 traps into 5 traps in. Like, it was literally never seen before. I think the difference between like 3 and 5 is very minor in the top 20 cards, but it started as playing it, and then we discovered, oh, it's got a synergy with Teacher because you get to attack with both of them on turn 3. And then if they get the Destiny Scorpions, you get a Scorpion, but your opponent has to draw a more expensive card. And yeah, that was... Yeah, this is what I like. Also, it kind of made me craft Kyojuns, so... Well, Direwolf has got their money out of it, so... Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been That Resolves. I will see you around.